Hey guys, so I decided to make a video. I did the best movies or best books that I read in 2021, so I decided to do the books that I was most disappointed by in 2021. I didn't say the worst because honestly, I don't really hate these books. I just was more disappointed in them, and so yeah. So let's get started. So the first one, and these aren't really ranked. They're just 10 of the ones that I was disappointed by. Captain in the Underworld. This is essentially a retelling of the whole Persephone, if that's how her name was, and Hades, you know, tale or fairy tale, whatever you want to call it, legend. Except it's, Hades is now a woman, and so it's kind of like a female uh, romance. I hated fucking Hades in this book. She was I would say I'll classify her as abusive. She forced, Persephone, I don't know her name. But yeah, she was, forcing her to do shit she did not want to do. And yeah, I just could not get behind this shit. I know some of my Twitter mutuals like this book. I fucking hated it, to be honest. It was just not enjoyable, and I actually bought the book, so I'm out like, I don't know, $5, I think it was. But yeah, didn't like it. The Dark Tide. This was a young adult book, and I read it because it has a queer character. But my god, the chick goes on. There's this dude that she's obsessed with at the beginning of the book. But the thing is, she fucking obsesses over him the entire book. Yet I don't even think she knows him very well. It was just like idea of him, because he was like the guy. There's this witch, and she usually takes, this dude, so that she, takes his life, I guess, so that she can then protect her witch sisters. No, I think this is what it's about, to be honest. But she falls in love with this dude. She decides to save him and instead sacrifices herself. And so this chick becomes obsessed with this dude because he's the one who survived, this witch. And so she goes on and on and on about him the entire fucking book. And you're like, you don't know this dude. And so it just felt annoying, to be honest. And honestly, I just wasn't really into the story. So overall, it was just more disappointment for me. Then there's Shit Actually by Linda West. This was supposed to be more like a humorous take on movie reviews, but honestly, I don't know. I just kind of felt it was boring, I guess. Well, I can't really remember much about it. I just know that I was excited to read it, and I was just kind of let down. Let's just say that. She Drives Me Crazy by Kelly Quinlan. I was actually really excited for this because it's a young adult romance between, this female athlete. She's a basketball player, and then this cheerleader. Honestly, I just wanted, I guess I was expecting this really sweet, cute romance between these two characters. I mean, I think she was trying to go more, like, in depth with it, because, I don't know, it was like, it's hard to explain. I guess I just wasn't feeling it. I think there was, like, one of the basketball player, she had an ex from another school, and that was a storyline. And I honestly think that they kind of just tried to introduce a lot of drama, and it just wasn't feeling it. So it was more like I was excited for it, but then I was let down. So that's why I was disappointed in it. So This Is How You Lose the Time War. Another book that I got a lot of, it's a lot of hype for it, and I was interested in reading it. Unfortunately, I was very disappointed. I think it was more like literary It was supposed to be more literary, but honestly, I just wasn't into it. Just the style of writing, everything like that. And so, yeah. So, Cujo by Stephen King. That was more disappointing for me. Anything, just because I don't know. It just wasn't really gripping me. They have some aspects like the had the wife cheat on her husband for, I don't know why King put that in the book, because I don't think it really impacted the book overall. Maybe to make you feel less sympathy for the wife, you know. But honestly, I just was kind of disappointed by it. To be honest, I vastly prefer The Stand over Cujo. One thing I did enjoy is Stephen King's habit of just going off on random tangents when it comes to certain aspects of the characters, like with the husband and his job, where he's like this advertiser, and he goes on about how he's having trouble with this because, this product, it was like a food or a cereal, and how they had this specific dye that was used, and it caused people to, when they went to the bathroom, their shit was red, essentially. And people thought they were dying, and it was really just this particular dye, and it kind of gave this advertisement company a bad, rep. And it was just going into this, entire, history and how they did advertising. And man, I was actually more fascinated about that. And not in, a bad way, but I just thought it was more interesting. I just think Stephen King's habit of just taking, random tangents and just making them interesting is kind of funny to me. So I think that's my favorite part of the book, to be honest. I was less interested in Cujo. Then Sovereign Women by Stephen Vincent Bennett. Yeah, that was a movie I actually did not like. Obviously, it was only 15 pages. To tell you how much I did not like this book, I'd rather read the entire The Stand, 1,000 pages, before I would want to read this 15-page book again. Just, the guys were dumb, the chick was manipulative. There you go. So, yeah. Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Call. It's another one of those. The female chick was bisexual. It references that, but honestly, it was more a horror book. Once again, just like I think it was How You Lose the Time War. I think it was supposed to be more literary. It's more poetic and flowery, and just wasn't really getting me. It's fairly short, to be honest, but not something that I was particularly interested in. If you want to know, it was about this chick, and they go to this house, and they I think they're haunted by this bride who is looking for her groom, and she's gonna take one of them as the groom, because I don't know, something about love, and some of them, I think, was it one of them ends up dying, or I think they kill them as a sacrifice. I don't know. Some of these I just kind of blur together for me. But yeah, that was another disappointment. The Gunslinger by Stephen King. I don't know. People really hyped that one up. For me, honestly, I did not really. I wasn't really interested in it. It just, I don't know. Maybe I have to reread it, but or maybe after reading the last, there's 6 of them, I think. Maybe I'll be able to really enjoy it more, but overall I was just kind of let down, I guess. Maybe it's just expectations, but the last one, of course, Tommyknockers by Stephen King. I tried reading this before, and I got through the first maybe first 1 or 2 chapters, with Bobby. That was actually started out as one of my favorite characters, but then I guess I was kind of disappointed how she changed because I actually liked her before overall. So I don't know. This was one of the ones that, unlike The Stand, you really felt the how long it was. I really did think that he kept trying to just stretch it, I guess, because it starts with this. They find this spaceship, and then things start happening. People develop powers, and just keeps escalating, 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 and then they finally figure out that they're aliens, and then they have to try to figure out how to stop the aliens, and then it was just really long and felt really drawn out. I think this was one of the ones that he wrote while he was recuperating from the car accident, so that might have been the reason why it was so more like not his usual flair, I guess. But yeah, I was just more disappointed in that book. So yeah. So those were the ones that weren't necessarily the worst, but ones that I were just disappointed by that I read in 2021. So yeah, if you actually read any of those and you think that they were interesting, or you want to give reasons for why you think they were good, just hit me up in the comments. And other than that, you guys have a nice night. Stay safe out there, and talk to you later.